House Leader, third party.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. While this may seem to be to some less urgent than a dinner on Bowen Island, this last weekend we saw stunning revelations in the Globe and Mail about money laundering in BC and its connections to drug trafficking and real estate in Metro Vancouver. The investigation revealed that drug traffickers have laundered tens of millions of dollars through Vancouver Real Estate, and this is only a fraction of the problem. To say this is astonishing is an understatement. This mess got out of control under the BC Liberals, but this government has now been in power for over 6 months and has yet to take bold action. Government has more information about what's truly going on in BC than even the best reporters, with access to intelligence and data inaccessible to anyone else. And yet we are relying on the media to reveal these shocking practices. My question, Honourable Speaker, is to the Attorney General. One of the key journalists on this issue, Sam Cooper of Post Media, says that the rot goes even deeper than we now know. The Minister has the information. Exactly how deep does this rot go, and don't British Columbians deserve to know the full extent of this problem?
Attorney General.
Honourable Speaker. And I certainly thank the member for the question on this very important issue. I think it's important to recognize how we got here. In 2009, there was an integrated casino investigation team. It was police officers that were dedicated to investigating what happened in casinos. They produced a report for the then minister responsible for gaming, the member for Langley East, that said, this is a summary that was in the Sun, Sam Cooper wrote this, quote, the 2009 threat report said that known gangsters were gambling in BC casinos, and Asian organized crime groups, Italian crime groups, and Hells Angels operate illegal casinos in BC. Some of these underground operations are linked to crimes including prostitution, extortion, loan sharking, and kidnapping, the report said. The main issue concerning unlicensed gambling, quote, is the protection of the public, unquote. So the minister got that report, and in April 2009, he took decisive action. He defunded the integrated casino investigation team. So fast forward, I know he's upset about the news, Honourable Speaker, but he did this. He did this. Fast forward 7 years, the then finance minister, the member for Abbotsford West, got a memo on his desk. March 2016, quote, there has been a significant increase in the use of illegal gaming houses in the province and the legitimization of proceeds of crime through BC's gaming facilities. The decisive action taken by that minister, Honourable Speaker, I wish I could tell you what it was, because I have no idea what he did. It appears he did nothing, Honourable Speaker. So, on receiving a briefing that this type of activity was taking place, I realize it's not as important as a dinner in Bowen Island, Honourable Speaker, but it is important. It is important. So on being briefed as the new minister, I brought in a person of remarkable reputation, Peter German, a former deputy in the RCMP, the author of Canada's anti-money laundering law textbook, to get to the bottom of this and make recommendations for reform, which include other areas of our economy like real estate. And I'm so glad the member asked the question. I hope she asks another.
House Leader, third party on a supplemental.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Unfortunately, I couldn't hear all of the minister's response. However, I would like to ask a further question.
Members, we shall hear the question.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I appreciate the minister speaking to some of the systemic inaction that we've seen on this file. The investigation over the weekend made the scope and the urgency of this problem crystal clear. People are profiting off the deaths of fellow British Columbians, and this illicit money is being parked in our real estate, contributing to our housing crisis. My concern is that the Attorney General, in response to this, in an article said it could take up to 4 years to take action. Journalists who have been reporting on this scandal for years say there's no need for the delay. The case, as the minister points out, was proven long ago. We have a commitment to take action on money laundering and our housing crisis, and the minister has said this is a priority, but we can't afford 4 more years. We need immediate, bold steps to fix this mess. My question is for the Attorney General. How does taking 4 years make this a priority?
Attorney General.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker, and I thank the member for her question. The new allegations in the Globe and Mail raise 2 separate pieces that require response. One is there are very specific allegations involving individuals and addresses raising questions about the conduct of professionals who are regulated in the province by independent bodies. So in terms of those individual allegations that were in the Globe and Mail story, we're currently preparing correspondence with professional regulators and making sure that Police, Revenue Canada, FinTrack, FICOM have the information they need about those specific allegations and that they are aware of them and are pursuing them. The second is that these are, although it's the same genus essentially, it's money laundering, it's a different species. This is new allegation as far as I'm aware around builders, liens, and loans being used in this way registered at the Land Title Registry, which raises systemic issues that we need to address. It does take time, Honourable Speaker, and one of the things that we have to do is build up the capacity that was so degraded under the previous government to detect, prosecute, and ensure the province is actually able to stop this activity. So we have to rebuild that. Peter German is helping us do that in a way that's thoughtful and, most importantly, that is effective. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.